This is episode number 97 at the BS Machine. Welcome back, guys. And we're inching closer to that 100 mark, aren't we? 100 episodes. Fucking hell. Fuck. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Anyway, what are we talking about today? Today, I thought of something earlier, and I really thought it was apt to share it with you because obviously, as many of you know, I have a very I've got a proper yoga practice. I've got a proper breathwork practice. Well, in terms of proper, it just means I do it a lot. And I do meditation, all that type of stuff. Look, yoga, I pretty much do some form of yoga most days. Breathwork, I do some form of breathwork most days. Meditation, I reckon 3 to 4 times a week I would do. But anyway, the reason for this for this episode, is to tell you why you should fucking put these things into your life. And the reason I'm explaining it is because I know that there's so many people that think about doing these things and they're like, yeah, I should get into yoga. Yeah, I should meditate. Yeah, I should do breath work. Oh, it looks good. Yeah, I should do that. And for some reason, some people just don't ever get around to it. And the reason for that, I reckon, is because there is this fear that you wouldn't be able to do it. And you have this image in your mind of what a yoga person looks like, or what a person that does breath work or meditation looks like. And you might feel that you don't look like that image that you've fucking made up in your mind. So let me just be the one to tell you that everyone has to start somewhere. Even if you do have a yogic practice, or you practice breath work or whatever else, and you're in a place where you're like, I should practice more, but I don't have the time, or blah, blah, whatever your reasoning is, it's probably bullshit. And I want to tell you why it's so important. And the reason that it's so important is because these practices, they're not just like going to gym. It's not just, look, I'm not saying gym is bad for you or anything, or running, or they're all epic things. So whatever you do, well done, keep doing it. It's awesome. But these practices like yoga, meditation, breath work, they're actually designed to pull you out of your plateaued way of living. That way of living where every day sort of just melts into the next and da. So when you practice yoga, I'm going to talk about yoga first. Yoga is one of those practices that moves the muscles and moves the body around and the breath in such a way that opens up all these energetic pathways in the body. And when these pathways get opened up, you just feel fucking better. You could be having the worst possible day of your life, and you will go to a yoga class, you will do some breath work, you will do a meditation or some type of visualization thing, and immediately you just feel better. And I'm one of those teachers in this space, or people that guide through yoga or breathwork or meditation or whatever. When I'm guiding a class or guiding a workshop or whatever, I'm not one of those people that goes into this whole thing of your third eye and your throat chakra and your heart chakra. I'm just not that guy, because I know for me, I just want to feel, and maybe that after you get past this point of just feeling, then there's other stages that you can move towards if it comes to pass that you're interested in exploring those energy centers like the chakras. And yeah, of course, I've explored all those things and I fucking love them. Whether you believe that stuff to be true or not is irrelevant, because it's very, very true, those energy centers. But really the key to it is, for most of us, we just want to feel balanced. We want to feel connected. We want to feel like we're put together, and we want to feel like we can take the fucking world on with a smile, let me just add. And it's important to do that, because for the listener, when these practices are not in your life, and I notice this in my life, sometimes I might go 2 or 3 weeks without practicing yoga, without meditating, without doing any breath work, and I'm like, I feel like shit, like I'm confused, I feel stagnant. I'm not getting shit done in my life that I want to get done. And then I just ask myself, what's missing? And I'm like, oh, it's yoga or it's meditation or breath work. And and the other thing is, it's actually so easy to do it because you don't actually need much time in your day. We have 24 hours. How much of that time do you waste sitting on Instagram or sitting on your phone, texting back, having texts or phone calls that literally lead nowhere? Or you might just be gossiping or carrying on about some bullshit that is totally irrelevant to the growth of your life or the growth of you as a human being. So if we just set aside an hour a day, it's just 1 hour a day. And you know what? If you don't want to do an hour, set aside fucking half an hour, 10 minutes. Just try to set aside a certain amount of time each day for you, where you're going into these practices. It could be yoga. And you can't be like, oh, well, I don't know where there's a studio. Come on. Like, you can turn on Google and put in Google yoga class, beginner yoga class or advanced, medium, whatever, and literally 100 million yoga classes will pop up for you, all different ones, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever you want, all different types of practices. So regardless of where you are at in your journey, this episode was just simply a reminder to let you know that if you add these practices, whichever one, whether it's, I highly recommend yoga because it's a very physical practice that allows you to shift and move these energies around the body. And it's very, very powerful. And then you'll start to notice things like you'll see people and they'll be like, fuck, can I just tell you, you have the most incredible energy. You being next to me brought a smile to my face. That shit actually happens when you put these things into your life where you feel like you're moving forward. So if you're one of those people that have been thinking about taking your yoga practice either to the next level, or you've been trying to think about getting into yoga, meditation, I'm going to put them all in one group. Breathwork is a big one, guys, because even if you just did 5 minutes of breathwork, and listen to my podcast a couple of episodes ago with Lars, we actually go through a breathing technique halfway through the episode. So if you want to have a listen, go back to episodes with Lars Nilsson, and it's the breathwork expert. And we actually do a breathwork halfway through the potty, so you can have a listen to that. But there's so many opportunities, guys, and it's just, I just want the world to be a better place. And I'm coming from my absolute heart. I want the world to expand. We need our civilization to expand our level of awareness, because there's so much crap that's happening in the world right now. And I really implore you to take ownership, not just over the world and all that type of stuff, that'll come, but take ownership over you and how you are energetically. And you will see, if you just put these practices into your day 1 or 2 times, not a week, sorry, once a day, just something, whether it's a meditation, yoga, breath work, put it into your fucking day and give yourself a challenge to do it for a month and see what happens. So I'm challenging you 1 month, every fucking day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, do either breath work, yoga, or meditation. I'm challenging you, put it into your diary. You've got a diary on your phone. Every single person that's listening to this podcast I'm assuming would have a phone. You can put it into your diary or do it into your to-do list, whatever the fuck, however you want to do it. I don't care, but just do it. Put yourself to the test. Challenge yourself for a month of this one every single day, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever the fuck it is. Just commit to something and do it and see how that shifts your life. Love you guts. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you later.